Hi, Dad.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm just on my way to pick up Barbara, but I wanted to stop by and see if you'd heard anything more from Aunt Penny.
No, not since that call I got this morning.
I could tell how worried you were. Don's been talking to me about it, and he's concerned, too.
Well, both of us would like to do something to help her, but we have no idea what the problem is.
Are you seeing Dana tonight?
Yes. She's in with Ian, and we're going over to Mom and Dad's for dinner later.
Now, they still don't know about Penny's calls, right?
No, and I just hope that Penny's name doesn't come up tonight. I'm not very good at masking how worried I am about her.
You seem a little worried about something else, too.
Not something else, just more of the same. I've been sitting here trying to decide whether or not to go to London.
Why don't you? It'd be the best way to find out what's wrong and be there to help.
Yeah, I know. Dana thinks I should go, too.
Is there some reason why you can't?
No, not really. John Dixon said he'd cover for me at the hospital if I decide to go.
Well, it certainly would put your mind at ease to see Penny and be able to talk to her face to face.
If I could take Dana with me, I'd leave in a minute. But I can't. She's got to stay here because of Ian. And I know if I leave, I'll be running a risk. And I don't know that I want to run that risk.
Doug, Annie's not available at the moment.
I see. Well, could you give her a message for me?
Sure.
Tell her the last thing that I wanted to do was upset her. And I know that I did.
I'll tell her that.
All right, I'm at my office, and I'll be here for a few more hours if she should change her mind. I mean, if she should want to talk to me.
I'll tell her that, too.
Okay. Thanks, Barbara. Goodbye.
How did you find this little place?
Well, one of the interns said it was off the beaten track. I figured that no one would see us here.
Even the name sounds remote and secluded. Hidden Valley Motel. I like it.
Good. I was remembering all the old times like this.
So was I.
Just you and me. Feeling like we were in our own little world.
You've always had a real talent for creating just the right kind of atmosphere.
It's been a long time, Marcia.
Much too long. But when you kissed me earlier, it brought back all sorts of wonderful memories. Feelings I haven't forgotten or never want to.
No, you know. I mean, I think I can do a better job than anyone else.
Yes, I think you can. And you still want to, don't you?
Well, you know I do.
Well, then you've got to get Mrs. Campbell to help you out with this thing. You get her to apply pressure at certain points, you'll end up chief of surgery regardless of who Doug Campbell recommends.
Where have you been?
I'm sorry. I was, when you told me about that, I was thinking of how much that kiss brought back memories. You know what I think? I think we should forget about the past and concentrate on the present.
That, suits me perfectly. I like being in your arms. Nothing else really matters.
I feel the same way.
I don't care if Doug and Melinda are spending the evening together.
Hey, come on now. None of that.
Well, I know they're involved.
Marcia, I thought you didn't want to think about anything but you and me.
I don't. I just don't like them both thinking that I'm so stupid. I don't know.
Marcia, I don't want to talk about this, all right?
All right.
You're still thinking about Doug?
Trying not to.
I want you to try harder. I don't want you to think about anything Just you and me. Nobody else.
Any coffee left?
Yes, I'm just making a new pot, dear. It should be ready in a minute.
Dana and I could use another cup.
I think I'll go in and keep Dana company until you bring the coffee in.
I didn't want to say anything in front of your father, but I've been terribly worried about Penny.
Why all of a sudden?
Well, we haven't heard from her, a phone call or a letter in over 2 weeks, and that's just not like her. She keeps in such good touch always. I think I may just give her a call tomorrow.
I may be able to save you that call.
Oh? How?
Well, I might be making a quick trip to London.
When?
Very soon, in a couple of days. There's a cardiologist over there that's been developing a new technique. It's been in all the medical journals, and I'd like to talk to him personally. And if I do, of course, I'd look up Penny and find out why you haven't heard from her.
That would be wonderful, dear. Penny would love to see you.
Yeah, I know.
How does Dana feel about your leaving just now?
Well, she thinks I should go. I talked to Tom, in case any emergencies come up while I'm away.
Well, I wouldn't depend on Tom too much just now.
Why not?
He's so involved with Barbara that I can't even pin him down to coming over here for dinner with us.
Well, enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, it was all right.
Just all right?
Well, I never enjoy eating alone. As lonely dinners go, this was fine.
Yeah, I hate eating alone, too.
I wish you weren't working so you could at least join me for a cup of coffee.
Well, I have a break coming up. I could sit down with you if you don't mind.
You kidding? I'd be eternally grateful for the company. Would you like to have a cup of coffee?
No, thanks. But I can't tell you how happy I was to see you walk in here tonight.
Actually, I had some other plans, but they fell through at the last minute.
Oh, a date? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. I've got a lot of work to catch up on. This gives me the chance to do it.
You must be the most dedicated young lawyer in Oakdale.
Oh, I doubt that.
Well, you're the most dedicated lawyer I know.
I remember when my dedication used to annoy you.
Well, that's when you were my lawyer.
Well, that's when you should have appreciated my dedication the most.
Well, it's just that I thought it was going in the wrong direction. I mean, you never believed one word I said. But that's all over now, and I don't want to think about that.
Okay.
Ralph came by the office today.
Was he looking for me?
No, he wanted a file. I found it for him.
Was it upsetting seeing him again?
No, it was awkward. It's hard to make conversation, even for a few minutes. And you know something? I found myself feeling sorry for him.
Why?
Oh, he just kept talking about all the friends in from New York, all the parties he's going to.
You felt sorry for him because he's going to a lot of parties?
Well, it's a pretty meaningless way to live, don't you think? It's lonely, too, even with all those people around. And I just kept thinking about and looking forward to the wonderful, quiet evening at home with you and Teddy.
Are you sure that you don't feel you're missing something?
Not a thing. I took a look at Ralph's face. It was sad.
Well, maybe he's beginning to regret what he gave up.
No, I don't think so.
Well, he should be regretting it.
You know, the only thing I can't understand is why he even pretended to enjoy the simple things we did.
Maybe he wasn't pretending.
Well, he had to be, otherwise why would he want to go back to this life he says he misses so much?
I don't know. I'm just glad you found out the truth before it was too late.
So am I. And I'm grateful to Ralph for finally being honest with me about the kind of life he wants to live. And I think it's a very healthy sign that I'm feeling sorry for him.
Well, I just feel sorry for you and what you had to go through. But I'm certainly not going to waste my sympathies on a man who doesn't deserve them.
What do you think, Chief?
Well, all these contracts seem to be in order. Chris Hughes has already checked them through, right?
Yeah?
And they're okay by me.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to go over tonight?
Oh, I think this just about does it. I'm sorry this meeting went on so long, but I just thought the two of us should really sit down together and go through all the contracts and letters of agreement before we sign them.
Absolutely. Hey.
Sorry, that kind of spoiled your evening, didn't it?
Oh, no, I didn't have anything else to do.
I know just how you feel with Carol away visiting her dad in New York. The days and the nights seem just about the same to me. You have lots of friends, don't you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Valerie invited me out to the farm to have dinner tonight.
Oh, you should have gone. We could have had this meeting later on or even tomorrow.
Oh, no. That's not the reason I turned down the invitation. I just felt I wouldn't be much fun to be around the way I've been feeling lately.
And what are you doing to change the way you've been feeling? Rob, I really think you should force yourself to be with people, to be with friends, and then maybe your bad mood will go away.
Gee, I think it's better if I just stay busy, involved with my work. That way I don't have to impose myself on other people.
Hey, listen, did you get anything to eat tonight?
No, I had a late lunch.
I don't care how late a lunch you had. It's still hours ago. You haven't had anything since then?
Lots of coffee.
Oh, look, you really should eat something. Why don't you come out with me and the two of us can grab a hamburger or something someplace?
Okay.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Wow.
We're not breaking up your meeting, are we? We thought it would be over by now.
Well, you were right. It is over, just.
What are you two doing in town?
We came into town to help Betsy and Kim pack.
Oh, that's right. They're moving tomorrow, aren't they?
The house was all dark, so they must have gone out.
So we thought, since you never come out to the farm to have dinner with us when we invite you, that maybe you'd take us to dinner tonight if you haven't already eaten.
No, he hasn't. As a matter of fact, I just convinced him to come out and have a hamburger with me.
Is it okay if we join you?
Well, sure it is. Where would you like to go?
I heard about a new place near the campus. It's called Wranglers. It's supposed to be really good.
Sounds good to me.
Well, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Let me just put these papers away.
Why, was I unpleasant?
No, but I could tell all the same.
You're right, Matt. I'm not crazy about Sheila Winston.
What's wrong with her?
Well, for one thing, she's very ambitious.
Oh, is that bad?
No, in most people, I admire ambition.
But not in her.
I think she's a little too ambitious, if you know what I mean. Just have this feeling that if she really wanted something, she would do anything and not let anybody stand in her way to get it.
Hey, look, there's still time to catch a movie.
Oh, Matt, I told you I wasn't sure if I could go to a movie tonight.
I know, but I was hoping that Was it getting too late?
If you don't mind. I really would rather go to a movie with you some other night.
I don't mind at all. Means I get to see you again.
Matt, I'd like to be taken home now, if you don't mind, of course.
Sure, I'll walk you home.
Oh, do you think you could walk me by Barbara's apartment? There's something very important I have to tell her.
Okay.
Thank you, Nora. Yeah. Goodbye.
What did the babysitter say?
Doug called to say he was working late again.
Well, you expected that, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know what it really means. It means he's spending another evening with Melinda.
I think you might be wrong about that, Marcia.
I'm not. You don't have a woman's instincts, Jeff.
No, that I don't.
He's with her. I know. Well, I'm not going to think about that now. The good part is that we don't have to rush now that I know Doug isn't home.
Good, good.
I like this place, don't you?
Yep, I think it was a really good suggestion.
I'm afraid you don't like it too much, huh, Ralph?
Well, sure I do. If I've been a little quiet, Kate, it's just because I've been thinking about some houses that I've got to show tomorrow morning.
We keeping you up too late?
No, not at all, no. But I must admit, you know, this place makes me feel a little bit old. The crowd is so young.
I
I don't think they're so young.
Oh, well, maybe not to you, but they look a little young to us.
You can say that again. But those hamburgers sure were good.
They sure were good.
Well, since I qualify as one of the older folks around here, I think
Right.
I'm going to excuse myself and go home and get my rest. Seriously, I have a very early morning, and I want to talk to Carol before I turn in.
When you speak to her, would you tell her I said hello?
Ah, yeah, sure will. Thanks. Good night, Kate.
Good night.
See you tomorrow, Jake.
Yeah.
Bye, Jay.
You didn't tell Ralph about the letter we got from Alex today.
I didn't tell you about the letter we got. We got a long, long letter.
To her. Is everything all right with him?
Yes, everything's fine. He's finding the work very rewarding, but he misses us a lot.
I'm sure he does.
Well, we miss him, too.
Yeah, I know. It's a terrible pull to be away from someone you love, Kate.
I'm counting the days off on my calendar till he gets back.
Well, I'm sure he is, too.
I wonder if Kim and Betsy are back yet.
Probably by now. Oh, but it's too late for us to go over there.
Yeah. I would like to call Betsy, though, and tell her I'll come over after school tomorrow, you know, to help with the moving.
Okay, that's a good idea. You want a dime?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have one. Do you have a dime?
I don't know. Let me see.
I got it. I got it.
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, wait a minute. When you talk to Betsy, make sure you tell her to tell Kim that I'll be over there in the morning just like we planned.
Okay.
Okay, then.
What's the matter?
I could ask you the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I probably shouldn't come. I've come here with you all the night. I don't know. I just hate feeling like I'm making everybody else uncomfortable with my problems.
Oh, well, no, that's not what's happening at all. When you said it's a terrible pull to be away from someone you love, I know you were thinking of Mary.
That's the way I feel.
Certainly understandable.
You know, I can't really admit it, though. I mean, I have to keep covering it. I thought when I broke off my engagement with Mary that I'd be able to drop the pretense, but I can't. I have to keep it up. I have to keep pretending that I'm something that I really have no taste for anymore.
Don't have to pretend to me.
I know you're one of the few people who knows the truth. I saw Mary today. Just for a moment. I didn't expect to, but...
You're really sorry you broke up with her.
Sorry? Yeah. My feelings for her haven't changed. How could they? But I know I did the right thing. Freeing her so she could turn to Don.
Has she?
I don't think she has yet. I don't know, maybe when she admits to herself and to Don how much she really loves him. Maybe then this will all seem worthwhile. Right now, it still hurts. A lot.
Of course it does.
Oh, before you go, Don, I forgot to ask you, how did your therapy session go today?
Well, the doctors say that I'm almost as good as new.
That's wonderful news.
It sure is. And you deserve most of the credit.
I do not.
Well, they almost gave up on me.
No, they never gave up.
Well, practically. Almost gave up on myself. I really didn't think I'd ever walk again. And there were times when I didn't even care.
You were the one who wouldn't give up. You kept sending me all that material to work on at home to keep me interested, even though I told you I wouldn't look at it.
Well, I knew you would sooner or later, and you did.
Well, that was your persistence.
Oh, no, Donald, that was your determination. I can't take credit for that.
You really think I'm a determined man?
Yeah, I know so. I can prove it. Look at you. You're walking. You're on your own 2 feet. You're the most determined person I've ever met.
Well, if that's true, just remember that I'm just as determined in other areas of my life.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that.
Okay? So how about having dinner with me tomorrow night?
I'd like that very much.
So would I. Then we can talk about the night after that and the night after that.
Wait a minute. I mean, I can't commit myself that far in advance.
You're forgetting something. I'm a very
determined man. Yeah, I got it.
Melinda, I can't stop Tom from seeing Sheila if he wants to. I don't think you understand Sheila or how she operates. Barbara, I've been trying to tell you that she's not like you. She's not as considerate as you. She's not concerned about anyone but herself. And she certainly wouldn't break a date to help a friend.
How can you say that when you don't really even know her?
I think you're a little prejudiced on the subject of Sheila Winston. Well, Barbara, I mean, if I am prejudiced, it's only because I know what makes her tick. I'm not wrong. Sheila is using every opportunity to get closer to Tom. Every time she sees him, she moves one step ahead.
And you think Tom has no say in this whatsoever? That Sheila can do whatever she wants with him? Well, that's not so. Tom is a very bright guy, and he has his own strong convictions.
Yes, he is. But you can't tell me that he isn't susceptible to a woman who's telling him that she's available all the time and more than willing?
Well, after our conversation yesterday, I realized how much it meant to you to have it.
But I said I was going to buy it back myself.
No, I know, but I didn't want you to have to wait until you could afford to get it out of the pawn shop.
So you went and got it for me.
Right. I thought I was going to give it to you tomorrow because I didn't think I'd see you tonight. I hope you're pleased to have it.
Pleased? Can't you tell? But I can't let you pay for it.
Remember I said, no arguments.
I'm not arguing. I'm telling you. You can't pay for it.
You're arguing.
No.
Yes, you are, and I don't want to hear another word about it.
I was just about to unlock the front door when I saw you drive up.
Well, where have you been all evening?
I had dinner with Herbert Bradley and his wife. It was mostly to talk about the new fund drive for the hospital.
Oh, well, I thought you had lunch with Mrs. Bradley to talk about all that.
Yes. We had lunch, but Beatrice asked me to have dinner with them so her husband could hear some of my ideas. I saw no harm in it since I knew you'd be working late again. If you had been working, I'm sure Beatrice would have asked you too. You missed an excellent dinner, Doug.
No, that's all right.
Wouldn't hurt your career one bit if you were friendlier with some of the board members.
Well, you know, I seem to be doing all right. Look, I think we should just go in.
What's the rush? Are you uncomfortable sitting here with me?
I think it's time that we send the babysitter home.
We will. We started to talk about something this morning, and I'd like to finish that discussion now.
You want to talk about it right now?
Yes, right now. you mentioned a divorce again. And I just want to remind you that until I am good and ready to agree to a divorce, there's not going to be one. And I'm not good and ready yet. Is that clear? No divorce unless you want your girlfriend dragged into some mess. Aren't you going to say something?
I don't want to go into it now.
Why not?
Because I can see that you're in one of your moods.
What mood?
I can see it in your eyes. You want to drag me into one of your arguments. Oh, you love to argue. But I'm not going to get into it. And also, I can see you've had your usual few drinks.
Yes, huh? Of course. Melinda Spencer. Of course.